feel like it's weird that people might care, but maybe people care. Like 8 or 10 people watch every video, so that's good.
Wait, who's gonna care about what?
The video I'm making.
Oh.
I'm opening.
Why is that weird?
I don't know. I'm on camera now, by the way, and you're talking on it. So I have a very nice delivery from a friend on Twitter and 2 packs. I went to a Target recently. First time I've been inside a store in a long time that wasn't a grocery store. I expected more. It does not look like that Target ever gets stocked though, so at least it wasn't like, pack searchers or whatever the whole thing is about. I don't know if these are good, but it's a little treat to myself. It's football Sunday. I don't have a TV where I am at the moment, and I don't have internet. But I can use a hotspot, so that's what I'm doing. Either way, I hope your football is going well. I hope the Eagles are doing well. Speaking of the Eagles, there's Miles Sanders. He's back today. I believe he has scored a touchdown. That is awesome. Larry Fitzgerald, awesome person, awesome player. Jimmy Garoppolo, he lost the Super Bowl. Garoppolo. Tyrann Mathieu. Is he the Honey Badger? I think he's the Honey Badger. Cole Beasley. I did not know he was not on the Dallas Cowboys. Josh Rosen. I feel like he was on a different team at one point. Oh, Cardinals, right? And then they drafted Kyler, and then they traded Baker Mayfield. I think he had a good game recently, terrible game at the beginning. Don't know who Takarist McKinley is. He's a pretty good player, though. Huh. Wow, who knew? Tyler Boyd. I've always liked him for some reason. He go to North Carolina, UNC? Let's see, does it say? No, there's very little information on the back. Amari Cooper, I do not like him. James Devlin, he's a Patriot, therefore he sucks. AJ Brown, big fan. I think he's not been healthy though. Cooper Kupp, he's on my fantasy team. The Rams are putting up a lot of points against my Eagles. He's not done much, so I'm putting him in the don't like pile. DJ Shark, he went to Louisiana State University. Taysom Hill, that is the first time I've realized there's an A in his name. I thought it was Tyson, which also I guess doesn't make sense. Taysom Hill. He's a quarterback. I don't think he really is, but Zadarius Smith. Oh, he's awesome. Yeah, right? Yeah, he's a really good player. Juju Smith-Schuster. I think he's had a tough start to the season, but honestly, I've not paid a lot of attention to it. Julian Edelman. How does he find his way to Tampa? Really, honestly. Derrick Henry. Had him in a college football fantasy year, the year he won the Heisman. I believe that is accurate. I'm not 100% sure. Him and I had Mark Ingram as well. Matt Stafford. A friend of mine had him. He wasn't very good. Oh, so there's rookie cards in here? Oh, this is cool. That is a Justin Jefferson rookie card. Pretty sweet. I don't know if he started off well or not. Jeremy Chin. I don't know who that is. Where Salukis is Northern Illinois? Southern Illinois. One of these directional Illinois. This is a cool card. Julio Jones. Also had him in college football fantasy. Didn't do well. You know why? Alabama had terrible quarterbacks back then. Him and A.J. Green were both freshmen the same year. A.J. Green was at Georgia, and he didn't get much playing time either. We got a Christian McCaffrey. He's on my fantasy team. Got to draft first overall. Ryan Tannehill. So a funny story about him is that when he was at Texas A&M, he was possibly going to be their quarterback or possibly going to be their wide receiver. I drafted him as a wide receiver in this little fantasy league we did, and then we fought about whether he could be there the whole year if he played quarterback. Never played quarterback, and that long email fight we had was all for naught. But that was, the early 2000s, and that's when you really fought on the internet. TJ Watt, his wife is a very good soccer player. Or is it the other Watt brother? I can't remember. Both the Watts? I don't know. James Morgan, rookie card. I have never heard of him and cannot guess what team he was on. He's a native of Green Bay. He wore number 4 as a Pee-wee player because of Brett Favre, who is an overrated player. AJ Terrell, I've had a lot of his cards in the NFL Draft Prism. Speaking of someone else, KJ Hill. These are cool rookie cards. I don't know if they're worth anything. If not, I get to keep them. And Chase Young, not bad. Pretty sweet. I don't think he did much in the first game against the Eagles. I caught the beginning, which was great, obviously, because the Eagles played really well, and missed the rest of the game when the Eagles crapped the bed and gave up a 17-point lead to a team that I don't think is very good. But obviously, I don't think that the Eagles are very good either. These are fun packs. We got a Philip Lindsay. Oh, all right. Carson Wentz. Boom. He, from what I've heard, has not played super well today. He's missed some open receivers. But I think his numbers look decent. Who's that? Byron Murphy. No idea. Fred Warner. No idea. Travis Kelce. He's not as good as his brother, Jason Kelsey, who is my favorite, and my wife's favorite, whose name is also Kelsey, but spelled differently, and it's her first name, not her last name. It'd be funny if her name was Kelsey Kelsey. Don't know who that is. Don't like him. That's cool. Greedy Williams. I had never heard of him, but that's a sweet name. Juan Thornhill. Don't know who he is. Travion! Oh man, I had him in fantasy when he was, I believe, at Texas A&M. And he was unbelievable, unstoppable, great player. My team was terrible aside from him. I'm bad at SEC fantasy football. TJ Watt. Brian Burns is a really good player, I believe. I do not know for sure. Jonnu Smith, I think, is very good. Jared Goff is having a very good game. D.J. Westbrook. So the last time, 4 years ago, we played Big 12 fantasy football. 5 years ago, probably. D.D. was drafted by someone else and then dropped, and picked up by the other person in my league and then dropped. And then I picked him up, and my team was terrible. And guess what? He got healthy, and he was amazing. Led me to championship. Him, Kenny Hill, a bunch of other players. I'm going to forget the correct Oklahoma running back. I think it was Samaje Perine, and a few other players. KD Cannon was on my team. Here's Jared Cook. I feel like he's been in the league forever. Tight ends are fun. Don't know who that is. James Conner. I don't know what he did in the first, but there was like worriness around him. N'Keal Henry is a wide receiver that everyone thinks is going to be good. Bryce Love went to Stanford. Oh, that's sweet. Duvernay, rookie card. Sweet. He had a pretty good debut, I believe. We've got a Ross Blaylock. Not heard of him. And he went to, I don't know, he played in the Big 12, so I should know. Big 10. I'm guessing that's Baylor, but I don't know. Powerhouse. I've heard that Aaron Donald hasn't had a great game today. Carlos Hyde. Not really sure about him. This is a cool card. I loved Sean Alexander. Probably one of the him. I guess Adrian Peterson's the last real, throwback running back who played, all the time. We've got a Jalen Smith. I think he's good. I don't know. Everyone's good when the Troy Aikman's calling a Cowboys game. Speaking of Cowboys, I believe he's on the Cowboys. Ben DiNucci. Never heard of him. Gabriel Davis. Never heard of. Derek Brown, who I believe is incredibly underrated. And Patrick Queen. These are cool cards. I would buy these again. And if there were more than two, I would be mad that I only bought two, because these were fun. A lot to talk about. 8 minutes of content. That's about, there are 80 cards, 8 minutes. I don't know. You do the math. But this is what I'm excited for. From a friend on Twitter. He's a big Twins fan, but he's also a big J.J. Bleday fan, and I try to send him some Bleday stuff. And I've sent him a few things. That's pretty cool. And he's curated some stuff for me, so that's fun. And let's pop this guy open. We got a Robert Lang, which is oddly enough my last name. That's cool. I'll have to put that somewhere. I've never heard of him. 50-point scorer for 7 seasons in a row. I think that's good. I don't know. 50 points, is that like a point? There's 80 games, so that's almost a point a game. That's good. Jeff Halpern. Capital. That's like a throwback Capital. That's an old jersey. 2007. Crazy. Oh, that's sweet. Kyle Ripken, Player of the Decade. That's a sweet card. I've always liked that. It was one of my favorites because he didn't really, I was 8 and 90, so this came out right around then, obviously. Got thirsty. And I didn't really, this helped, understand how good Cal was. Now, this is sweet. Rick Dempsey. Terrible announcer, but his enthusiasm is there. Really cool. Fan favorite, absolutely. He would, during rain delays, come out and just run around and dive around on the tarp a lot. And I believe he was one of the ones who originated that. This is cool vintage. Senators, Bruce Howard. I'm going to have to look up a lot of these. Tom Chappé. I'll have to talk to my dad about him. Obviously, before my time is from, this is 70. Oh, wow, this is cool. Chico Salmon from, 71. I love the 71s. They're sweet. Greg Olson, top straighted rookie card. Can't have enough of them. I believe he went to Auburn, I think, which is the same school that turned out Mike Mussina went to Stanford. Why do I think Mike Mussina went to Auburn? There's another pitcher that went to Auburn, but so did like Frank Thomas, Bo Jackson. There was like a quartet there around the same time. They were really good. Rocky Coppinger, he was supposed to be good. That's exciting. Oh. I thought this was Brian Wilson, the singer, not the musician, but the hockey player. Brian Wilsey. This is from 2005. That's cool. I'm going to have to show these to my brother. My brother's a huge Caps fan. Ray Fosse. I believe he became a pitching coach. I don't remember. He looked small for a catcher back then. I wonder if they have his height and weight. He's 6'2", 205. That's not small. But this is probably one of my favorite vintage Oriole outside of, the all-time greats. Paul Blair. What he did in the 66 World Series between robbing a home run, hitting a home run, just great. And he played, just gold glove caliber defense throughout his career. And his career really could have been a lot longer, but he got beamed in the head, and it was really hard for him to come back from that. We got a sweet 1970 Boog Powell. I believe the Orioles won the World Series in 69 or 76. No, they lost in 69. 1 in 70. 69 is Miracle Mets. Sorry, my dad would murder me for getting that wrong. This is awesome because this is a really sweet Jim Palmer. It's funny because if you look at the back, you're kind of confused by his career. Because, you think of him, Hall of Famer, what did he do? His rookie year, he won 15 games or so. No, yeah. And in a World Series. And then he went home after the World Series and basically, I think he moved into a new house, got married, something like that, and spent the entire offseason in, I think, Southern California because he's from there, maybe Florida, but painting the house. And he hurt his fucking shoulder. And because of that, he was injured for 2.5 years. Craziness. But he is just... his announcing abilities, kind of funny on Twitter. He's just great. Great player. Him and Earl Weaver had a great relationship, both, tough love, whatever. The book on pitching, I believe maybe it's not, I forget what it is. But there's an Earl Weaver, Jim Palmer book that's really good. Deion Sanders on the Falcons, thank God, because he could be on the Yankees or the Cowboys, which don't make me happy. But that makes me happy. Love Neon Deion. And then a really sweet card of Peter Bondra, one of the few... Capitals players that I really, really like. Him, Ally Afraidy, and then there was a center who I liked. I forget, Dale Hunter, I believe his name is. But this is cool because we got some fabric. That's nice. This is already my favorite hockey card. So thank you, Josh. I'm going to get on a call, actually, and upload this very quickly. So, sweet. I will talk to you all later. Bye.